And what is going on, boys and girls? Sorry I didn't get the full video up sooner. Like I said in the previous video, I was at the Titans game, and that is why my voice is shot right now. My Titans won. It was a blowout, but I still got loud at the game. For the record, the spread was 3.5. Tennessee won 30-9, so they also beat the spread. But it was a great game. It was my first NFL game. I'd like to thank my little sister for helping me out with getting that trip together. I went with her, and my family went too. It was really nice weekend there, and great game for a first game. Shout out Derrick Henry, 99-yard run. I was there to see it in person, and he broke a franchise record for rushing yards in a single game. It's just crazy. Great first game. But enough about my Titans. Let's get on to the Sunday action. First, we have a New York battle, Jets at Buffalo. And Buffalo is looking a little better. They just got rid of Kelvin Benjamin, who I believe is going to the Chiefs. So that'll help out the Chiefs a little bit. But I like the Jets defense. I want them to do well, but just not seeing it this year. It's been a little rough. They had a tight one with my Titans last week, but I don't know. Buffalo at home. We got snow coming down here. I'm not sure about the weather up there, but I think Buffalo at home is usually pretty good in this time of year, especially against teams that they're even with, or a little better than. So I'm going to go with the Bills on that one. Then we have Carolina at Cleveland. Carolina's 1.5 favorite. I think they should win it. Cleveland, they've been pretty good here recently, but Carolina's going to be a good test for them. So I got to go Panthers on this one. I think they can get it done. Greg Olson's out for the year for them, which, a lot of Panthers fans I know are really upset about, and that really hurts. But they still got a good, solid team with Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey having an awesome year this year. And they also have DJ Moore, who's getting a little bit better each week, it seems like. But the big weapon is definitely Christian McCaffrey, and their defense has been pretty good. I would have thought they've been better than what they've been, but they made some coaching changes, so maybe that'll help them out this week against Cleveland. We'll have to see on that one. But I'm picking the Panthers in that one. All right, then we have Atlanta at Green Bay. Green Bay is 5.5-point favorites. They also just had made some coaching changes. If you haven't heard yet, you've been under a rock. Mike McCarthy is no longer the coach of the Packers, and it's going to be interesting to see how they fight going forward. Now, that being said, Atlanta's a great team, but going into Green Bay is still a tough task for really any team. They did just lose at home recently, but they might have some firepower under them, some pride they're fighting for this week. The Packers they have as 5.5-point favorites. I'm going to go with the Packers on that one. But it could be a good game. Atlanta has some weapons, and they could make it a really good game, or could win it. We just have to see how the coaching change affects them. Then we have Baltimore at Kansas City, and all the news about Kareem Hunt is really it's really sad for the player, but he was in the wrong, and it's just if you're an NFL player, if you're any kind of athlete, if you're a man in today's society, you in any society, you can't do what he did, and there's no excuse for it. You got to get yourself away from those kind of situations. I know the young woman might have egged him on or something, but that's no excuse. You don't kick a woman, you don't push a woman to the ground. And really, you shouldn't do it to anybody, man or woman. But even still, Kansas City did the right thing by letting him go. Kareem Hunt's still available for teams to pick up, which I'm sure are some teams that would take that chance. I mean, look at the Redskins picking up Reuben Foster. That's neither here nor there, I guess. But Kansas City is a great team without Kareem Hunt, I think. It's going to be a little different for them, though. They got Spencer Ware as their feature back. But they still have great receivers. Still got Patrick Mahomes. Defense is decent. But Baltimore's coming into town, and they're not a slouch. It will be in Kansas City. That's a tough environment. It has Kansas City as 7.5-point favorites. But I don't know. I mean, I think it could be close, but I'm going to pick Kansas City on this one. I just think that high-power offense is going to be a little too much for that great defense of Baltimore. But I don't know that Baltimore's going to be able to put up as much points to compete with Kansas City's offensive points. So I'm going to pick Kansas City on that one. Then we have New England at Miami, and New England struggles at Miami late in years, in recent years. They have them as 7.5-point favorites. I think New England would be a good one here. And like I said earlier, the weather coming through, they're not getting snow in Miami, but there will be a lot of rain, I'm pretty sure, affecting that game Sunday. But New England's a good team. I think they'll be able to handle Miami this year. But it could be a tough one. 7.5-point line it's usually good in these odds, but I think it could be a tight game. But I'm going to go Patriots on that one. And then we have New Orleans at Tampa for a division rivalry. That's another game where weather could play a factor. New Orleans is used to playing indoors, and they're a great team and can probably play well outside, even in the elements. But Tampa probably has a little edge in the playing in the elements. But it has New Orleans as 7.5-point favorites as well. New Orleans is an awesome team this year. Great offense, decent defense, not really that great. They lost last week to the Cowboys. And, the Cowboys are a great defense. If Tampa shows up, they have a great defense. They can compete with New Orleans. That's what you have to have. You have to have a great defense and a good enough offense to put up points against their defense. And you can come out with a win. And New Orleans, their last loss against the Cowboys, that was in Dallas. That was away from home. This one is in Tampa. So, I mean, it could be a good game. It's a division rivalry. Tampa beat them earlier this year, but that was week 1 of the season. So both teams are completely different now. But I'm going to go Saints on this one. They're the favorite. And I think they should win this game, weather permitting or not. Then we have the Giants at Washington. And Washington, they got another quarterback go down, and Colt McCoy, I'm pretty sure. It's just rough quarterback in there in Washington. Not sure. Not sure who they got is going to be quarterback. Mark Sanchez, I'm guessing, is still going to be their quarterback. There was talk of maybe Colin Kaepernick, but I don't think they're interested in going in that route, so they're going to keep with Mark Sanchez. But going up against the Giants, it has the Redskins as a 1.5 favorite. Weather might get up to Washington, but I'm not thinking it's going to get that far north. But Giants know weather, and either way they'll be fine with that. But I'm thinking the Giants might can come out with the win. They're going to be without Odell Beckham this week. He had an ACL or foot issue, ankle issue, something like that. But he's been ruled out for this week. I still think the Giants are a pretty good team, a decent team. Redskins are really badly beat up. They're a good team, but the injuries are going to hurt them this week. And I think the Giants come out on top. And then we have the Colts at Houston. This is a big game. Houston and Indianapolis both have been, on a roll here lately. Indianapolis kind of slipping back a little bit recently, but they're still great teams, both of them. They'll be at Houston. Houston's a 4.5-point favorite. I'm thinking Houston's going to win this one, but I would like to see a good game here. I think Indianapolis can make it interesting. They've shown they have some good players, good play calling here recently. But yeah, I'm gonna go Houston on that one. Then we have Cincinnati at the Chargers. Chargers are 14.5-point favorites for the 4:00 game. I mean, they haven't shown respect much to the Chargers this year. The only losses really are, was the Rams and Chiefs. I think they lost to. So I mean, they're a great team. They might have lost one other game in there. I can't remember, but Chargers over Cincinnati, I think, is a safe bet. They'll be at home, which unfortunately the Chargers don't really have a home field advantage. They don't really have a big stadium, and they don't fill up the one they have, which is kind of sad because I'd like to see the Chargers. I think it's a great team on the field. But there's other things to do in LA, I guess. You got the Rams are doing really well. You got the Lakers in full season. The Clippers have been doing well this year. So, I mean, there's other things to do in the LA area, I guess. But I'm going to pick the Chargers on that one. At 14.5, the odds are saying they should win this pretty easily. But the way the Chargers do, sometimes it's close. But I'm going to go Chargers on that one. Denver at San Francisco. I'm going to go Denver. Denver's been really charging these last few weeks. San Francisco has been, decent considering what they're going through. They got Nick Mullins back there at quarterback, who's doing well for better than expected. But Matt Breida just went down, which is going to kill him, I think. Kittle's been great at tight end for him. Been really great for Mullins coming in. But I think it's going to be tough to beat Denver this week, even being in San Francisco. So I'm going to go Denver on that one. We have Philadelphia at Dallas at 4:25 Eastern Time. Dallas is 3.5-point favorites. They've been pretty good at home this year. And Philadelphia has been kind of struggling. But Dallas needs to win this one to, solidify that playoff spot and that division. Because if they beat Philadelphia, that's pretty much does it. I don't see the Redskins coming back in it with all their injuries. Philadelphia's just been struggling this year. If they lose this, I don't know if they can really bounce back. And the Giants, they can come back, I guess, but it's going to take a lot of losing from the teams above them. So I think it's a long shot for the Giants there. But I'm going to go Cowboys in that one. 3.5-point favorites. That's saying it'll be a close game. I think a touchdown, maybe 10 points. Wouldn't surprise me here. The Eagles have been struggling to put up points, and Dallas is a great defense, especially at home. So I'm going to pick Dallas on that one. Detroit at Arizona. Arizona's coming off a win against the Packers, which fired Mike McCarthy of the Packers on a late game field goal there. But Detroit, a little different animal there. They got a battle there. They'll be at home, Arizona will. But it has Detroit as a 2.5-point favorite. So they're saying it's going to be kind of a close game, and I could see that. Detroit's kind of underperformed this year. I would have thought they would have done better this year, but they haven't been bad, but it's just been kind of middle of the road for them. Arizona, on the other hand, has been pretty bad, but they've been getting better. Like I said, they beat the Packers this past week. And that was in Green Bay, so that was a great win for that organization. They really need to get a home win. This would be great to beat Detroit at home for the fans there. But I'm gonna pick Arizona. I think they get the home win. I do think that would be a pretty big upset, I think. But I'm gonna pick Arizona on that one. Pittsburgh at Oakland. Oakland has been pretty terrible this year. I feel like they're kind of looking to the future. They've been looking to the future the past few weeks. We've seen with their different trades and releases and stuff like that. Pittsburgh has kind of been back and forth. I think this will be a good one to get some momentum, build some morale. They're 11.5-point favorites over Oakland. They'll be in Oakland, so there's the travel involved there, but I think Pittsburgh can get it done. They've been a great team this year, and underperforming, but still a good team. I think they can beat Oakland. Rams at Chicago is probably the game of the week. It'll be Sunday Night Football, so they're seeing it as game of the week. This could be an NFC Championship game. If not the Saints, the Chicago Bears are right there. Offense has been a little low for a Super Bowl team or even an NFC Championship team on the Bears side. That defense is world class. They're really great this year. They'll get a big test against the Rams, whose offense has been really good this year, and their defense also with the Rams is pretty good and might be a tough battle for the Bears. They'll be in Chicago, which could help the Bears, but I gotta say Rams on this one. I'd like to see. I'm kind of a fan of the Bears this year. Kind of a fan of the Rams too. It's good to see these other teams, do well in the NFL. It's nice to see different teams each year. And it's good to have a good battle like this. I'm looking forward to this game because it's a 3.5 point line. So yeah, it could be a really good one. But I'm gonna pick the Rams on this one. I think they have the offense and the defense to combat the Bears' tough defense and okay or good offense. So yeah, I'm gonna go Rams on that one on Sunday night. Monday night we have the Vikings at Seattle. I would think the Vikings would win this one. It has Seattle as a favorite. They're at home, 3.5 point favorite. I like the Vikings better. I feel like they're the better team here. Record-wise, they're, I think, about the same. Seattle is probably maybe a game and a half better because Minnesota has that tie. Seattle showed they can beat good teams. They beat Carolina, I think a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the upset according to the odds here. I'm gonna go with the Vikings over Seattle in Seattle on Monday night. I do think it'll be a tough one for both sides. I think Minnesota's got a good defense. Seattle's defense has gotten better. Their offense is getting better, so it should be a tight one there in Seattle. Home field advantage should affect the game, I would think. But yeah, I'm gonna still go with Minnesota. A little upset there. But that'll wrap up this week. Good luck to all with your fantasy playoffs. My team is in. I'm a 3 seed, I think, in my playoffs. So I got the first round bye because I think we do it 10 teams in the playoffs. So as the top 4 get the first round bye. But yeah, sorry my voice wasn't as strong this week, but hopefully next week it'll be a nice, clear tone for all of you to listen. I look forward to bringing you all my predictions next week. Enjoy the football this week, and I will see you then.